My name is Comrade Ayade Ibrahim and the NUPABW president. We need unity in the any industry in Nigeria if we really want to get it right and move forward, because the only way out for us is to be united. Without united, there is no way we can achieve anything. All these ENA or app company, they can be able to divide us is all this why, because most of us does not really understand their tactics. Past about 2 or 3 weeks now, when we have issues of hacking permits, lastry and operation license, this is the time we need to solidify ourselves and unite within ourselves and come with one voice. This is not the time of fightings. This is not the time of supremacies. This is not the time of I'm this, I'm that. This is the time of rescue mission. This is the time of rescuing ourselves from all these issues that is befalling on us. From Apple company to the government, from government to the riders. We have 3 stakeholders in this industry. We have app companies, we have driver partners, and then we have riders. As a driver partners, we need riders to move on our business. At the same time, the app company need driver partners to move on their platform. I did not see reason why the app company will stay on their own without carry us as a driver partner along. And I don't see reason why the government will not be able to regulate the transaction between us, between app company and driver partners. What are we trying to say here is, if government want to come in to regulate this industry, they're supposed to come with open mind and call all the stakeholders like app company and the driver partners, and we now sit down and look at all these things. The app company will just wake up one day and increase their percentage. Uber started by reducing the price of fare 40%, and they did not reduce their 25% of commissions. They never tell anybody the statistic, the reason why they reduced the fare for 40%. It may be good for the rider that, okay, they have a lesser money to spend, but it's very dangerous for them when we come from moving them from one point to another point, because as a driver partner, nobody will happy to take a price that is not commensurate with his work that it delivers, with the service that it renders. Most of the rider, they have cars too. They buy cars for most of our driver partners, and they collect their 30,000 per week. How do we get that money? This ridiculous amount of price that they are giving to us cannot make people to recruit their money. And I want to beg riders in Nigeria, let us look at these things together. A cheaper price on the basis of what? I know more than half of the rider, they have their own cars. Some of them will leave their cars just to, go on with the ride-hailing drivers. Ask yourself, how much are you using to maintain your cars? Is it commensurate the money you pay to their cars? Every one of us knows that bought a car is a means of transportation for a certain class of people in our societies. If you have the money, you paid. But if you don't have the money, you go for the lesser one. That's how this thing is. Categories of cars or transportation all over the world. And this app company, because they don't maintain the cars, they don't buy cars, they don't maintain the cars, they don't buy fuel, they don't buy data, they don't call, and they don't face it on the road. They don't face last man, they don't face police, they don't face FIS, they don't face anybody. That's why they don't even know the importance of how to regulate the price mechanism. How can you bring a price for somebody that does not know how those prices are supposed to have done? So what I'm saying, Frebly, is that we need support of rider. For this case, don't let our company give you the impression that they want to give you the cheaper price. The cheaper price will cause a lot of problem for many riders. The cheaper price will cause a lot of problem for many riders. That's what many riders did not know. That cheap price that app company is introduced to you is a killer. There is nothing that go free. There is nothing that come free. Imagine a journey of 5,000 naira. You pay 2,000 naira, and the app company is telling you to pay 2,000 naira. Ask yourself, you have a car, you maintain the car. Can this 2,000 naira make you to maintain your car on the road? So we are using this opportunity to bear all the riders in Nigeria. Please support us. We need your support. We are your brothers. We are your sisters. We need your support. We want a price that will be commensurate with the service we are giving. And with your support, we know we can achieve it. Because most of riders too, they have cars on these platforms. That's why they will collect car from today. Tomorrow they will collect their car back. That is what we want to beg the rider to support us on this journey. And the issue of our company will increase the price, a commission, without even telling us. Like Uber started, like Bolt started with 15% because we want to enter markets. From 15% to 20%, from 20% now is 30% commission. Who is regulating them? The app company can just wake up one day and say they want to collect 30% commissions. Who is regulating them? This is where we need government. We want government to regulate the commissions. These are the things that we want government to do. We want government to regulate the commissions. I don't see reason why any app will take more than 10% in this country. I don't see reason why. I don't get it. Even that 10% is basis of understanding. If you still go further, it's supposed to come down. But let's start from somewhere. Let's start parameter of 10%. And the government will see it. We can be able to manage things. We can be able to manage our cars. We can be able to manage our many people are dying every day. And nobody cares. And this is the area we want the government to come in to regulate the industry. And the regulation that Lagos State government is implement does not applicable to any industry. If you look at any industry very well, our own operation is different to that outdated law. It's the law was established in 2012 according to even the government. Now the ENE come to Nigeria 2014. This is the high time our legislatures, our House Assembly supposed to do work. This is the time that they need to regulate the ENE industry. This is GG economy. You are working with somebody you don't know. So this is the time our legislators, House of Assembly, National Assembly supposed to enter a law. In US today, in California, they bring out the law, they call it AB5. In New York, the regulators body, they are trying to put cap on all these ENE companies. What are the cap I'm talking about is that they will not be recruit driver every time. They will not be inject cars to their platform every time. That's the reason why the hold up is in Lagos State. There's a serious conjunctions, and that's what happened in New York, where the New York put cap on all those ENE industry. How can you not have the conjunction in Lagos State when you have Uber that is collect cars to their platform every day? When you have boats that collect the car to their platform every day? These are the areas we want the government to regulate. These are the areas. There's no amount of what the Lagos State will do without regulate the ENE industry. They will still have conjunction. There are going to always be a serious hold up. Let us plan. Let us plan all these things. This law that they are using for us is outdated law. We can take example from the London. They regulate like our yellow cap in Nigeria. They regulate our cap in Nigeria. Like in Nigeria, they regulate ENE industry. They match us together, and then we can be able to fashion out how things are supposed to have done. Even this issue of operational license is very simple if government can be able to harmonize things in a way that we understand. All this they are pursue over up and down for money they supposed to pay to government. If to say the government bring out a policy as we have been telling them, let's sit down, we will tell you how we do this thing. Bring all those app company. We are working with them. You don't even need to talk. We will do the analysis. Let the app company defend themselves. When we do that analysis, we tell how what the government is supposed to take off, what the app company is supposed to take off, and what will remain for us as a driver partners. That's what we are saying. We want everybody to happy. We want a rider to happy. When you carry a rider, he's happy with you, he's happy with the rider. Now, no rider is happy with driver partners. Everybody just like cat and dog. Everybody was just looking at this guy want to do this, that's what want to do, because there's no love. And so only the regulation can bring love between app company, rider, and driver partner. Because when you collect about 10% as your commissions, you will take a good ride. And the driver partner will see the money. Because when you see the expenses that driver partner is incur, it's much. It's much. Okay, we have a part that we need to change at least every month. Because we are using the car every day. That's what they call wear and tear. And the depreciation will come to the cars. The car of 2 million naira this year will go back to the 1 million naira next year. And they're supposed to have made money to compensate for the damages of your car. And everybody knows today that the part is the high side in this of our country. And we still have fake parks that you change the park now, before you know it, you will still go and change another one. So this is the area that we are telling government. The driver partner will maintain the cars. We buy fuel, we buy data, we call. We do all those stuff. So that's why we need government to regulate all these areas, not the way of just looking where to just get your own money. No, because we are die on the road every day. We are suffer on the road every day. And without us, there is not all this app company. This is the time the Uber Nigeria is supposed to listen to us. As a union that we bring on board, National Union of Professional E&E Driver Partners, affiliated with Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, is to sanitize the industry. Is to even help the Uber, help the boat, help any other apps. How do we want to help you? It's very simple. When we work together, we can be able to even tell the government the actual fact of what your industry is bringing in. So with that, you face us, and then we can be able to defend you as a company, defend our job as a driver partner, defend the rider, and we defend ourselves before any other person that want to come that doesn't understand our operations. We are using this opportunity. Globally, Uber doesn't care about whether the union or not, but now they're supposed to care because they know what the AB5 is doing to them in California now. In California now, the operation of Uber is different to any other part of this country, any other part of the world. That's why they're supposed to understand now that they need to work with the union globally, and Nigeria is not exception. They need it if they want to survive in this business globally. Likewise, both. You cannot be working separately. Uber and driver partner will working separately. Yes, it cannot work like that. There's a way we do these things, and we can be able to judge together. But when you are saying you don't want to see us, you don't want to see us, how do you do business like that? And you think the business will be okay for you? It won't be okay. Because what we are saying now is this: whoever that want to operate in any industry is welcome, whether indigenous or international. But what we are saying is that first, recognize us. See us as a part of your business, like independent contractor you call us. Treat us like independent contractor you call us. Because the way you are treating us now, you are treating us like your employee. And then you are treating us like you employ us. Because when you control price, that's the function of employer. When you control my movement from point A to point B, that's the role of employer. When you sanction me if I did not go for a particular trip, that's the work of employer. And that's the 3 tests they did in California that make them pronounce that every driver partner on Uber are employee of Uber. And that's why they ask for the minimum wages, that we ask for the health insurance, they ask for the vacation leave money and all those stuff. This is the hard time the Uber supposed to understand that. And the boat that is hiding under Uber supposed to know that you have a very, very difficult platform to operate with. In terms of security, is very, very bad. Imagine somebody will just get a ordinary SIM card and started operating in your platform. There is no safety, and that's the area we want government to come. In their platform, they don't fence people. They only ask driver to bring a certain things. Now they say the driver will bring this. What of the rider? You did not screen riders because you want more rider to come to your platform. With that, you allow rider. Some rider have 20 accounts because of free promo. They have 20 accounts. They use they use new account today to get promo. Tomorrow they will go and open another one. They're supposed to do streamline the security check for the riders, because many riders kill drivers, partner, and we cannot trace them. Even the app company cannot provide valid, solid information of those people. You can just open the any SIM card now and open the account. More than fake account is with them, which they don't even know. All this app company did not know. So we need that area of security for government to come in. Let them profile everybody in any platform. When you profile everybody, even the government will know how many people is operating on platform. In terms of planning the road, in terms of even the congestion, if you have 9,000 on the Uber, you will know that 9,000 cars need to be planned for on the road because of congestion, because of the odor, because of go slow. These are the things, these are the data that government is supposed to have asked for, and you cannot ask this data only from the app company. How can you just call the app company you think all is well? You need to call the stakeholder, the engine room, which is driver partners, which is driver partner. You need to call us and put it on them, put a committee there. Let us work together and let us bring out the modality. And I recommend this for the government. We are the one that's working on this industry. We are the one that work in this industry, and we know how this industry working. So what we are trying to say is that we need government to come and regulate, but the regulation must be the recommendation the driver partner will bring in, the recommendation that the stakeholder will submit to the government. Government cannot just say that they want to regulate on their own ideas or what they hear from people. People can use bias mind, but let every stakeholder be represented on that particular table so that it can be able to resolve it once and for all. This issue of implement of this Lagos State driver laws supposed to look into, because 2012 to 2014 that E&E driven, that they did not factor the E&E operation on it. If you look at all those areas, they did not factor it on it. They need to factor all those areas so that can be able to enjoy this industry, and that's what we are saying. We are trying to still use the opportunity to tell the government or whoever to let us sit down and look at these things very well, and then we can be able to come out with strategies that we favor the rider, favor the app company, and they favor the government himself. In terms of how to, even the government will take their money. All this money not supposed to cause problem, because when the government audits an account, when they audit the database, they will know how many people is on platform of Uber, how many people is on platform of Bolt, how many people is on platform of app company. First, let's identify how many app companies are qualified to operate. After we get that, how many percentage, which is 10% that as a driver partner we are suggesting to the government, that okay, let them give us 10% as their commissions. From there, whatever the government want to be taking, let us know the expenses we need to take for the government. Like me, I support for us to pay our tax as little as it may. Because as a good citizen of any country, the only time you can fight your government is when you pay your tax. But if you don't pay tax, how do you want to fight your government? Because taxpayer is very, very important. So we are ready to pay a tax that commensurates with our income, not the one that will kill us. So, and we are ready to pay for all the necessary things. But how do we want to pay for it? It's not by, we don't have money in our hand. We pay through the work we are doing. And as a way you can harmonize the percentage to all those things. We work it, and then we now allocate the percentage that will make it easy for driver partner to pay all those money to the government or to freight us agents that they will forward this to. This is what we are saying. This is what we are saying, that, okay, for example, percentage by percentage due for a particular things. I could reconnect that even this issue of operation license to each drivers. If the price is very low or is very cheaper for us to get. It's very welcome things. It's very welcome things. But there are some things that we need to look at. Not all these documents they ask us to take. We have to harmonize some. We have to see the way we can, adjust some to suit our operation as E&E drivers. So that's what we are saying, that let us see the way we can harmonize things together with the government, with the help company, and with the riders. These are the areas that government needs to look at. And this is reason why we are saying this. We are using these medias to tell the government that, look, let us sit down and look at these areas, and you can be able to get your money with ease. Even all this money that you are talking that so our company did not pay this from 2016 to this present, you don't need that. When you embedded everything to the app, you audit database, you audit their whatever, and you can be able to see it that the money will be flow. The money, and it will be very transparent to every driver partner. Because if I'm on trip, I know that 1% is going for my tax. I know that so percent is going for my this. So the percent is going to my operational access. So the percent is going to my whatever. So I will know that, okay, I'm paying this money, and I will have the receipt for all this money, and I can be able to challenge all those money to a necessary things for me to do. Because I know that if I have my everything intact, I won't have any problem with law enforcement. That's the area we are trying to tell the government. In conclusions, I will use this opportunity to tell the driver partner in Nigeria that let us come together. Let us come together and fashion out the way we solve this problem. Because if we don't come together, I can bet you that most of people will not be able to match up in this industry again. Let us come together. We are all graduates. We are all graduates, and we're supposed to really understand ourselves. Yes, I understand that people have different opinion, different angle. We have some association, they want to sponsor app. We have some people that they have interest on the apps. We have some people that they are agent to some apps. We have driver partner that are ambassador to many apps. Yes, we know all those things. But this is the time for us to come together. If all of us doesn't want to face ourselves out of this job, it's very, very important. I'm saying it categorically that let us find a way to harmonize ourselves together. From Lagos to Ibadan, from Ibadan to Benin, from Benin to Abuja, from Abuja to Kano, from Kano to Port Harcourt, from Port Harcourt to Enugu, from Enugu to Owerri, from Owerri to Calabar, from Calabar to Cross River, from Cross River to Imo, from Imo to different places in Nigeria that E&E is being springing up. This is the time we need to get this industry right. Let us bury our ego. Let us bury our pride. It's not about who bring it. It's not about who champion it. It's not about who's leading it. It's about for everybody to enjoy this industry. If I make my money, what concerns me? I go home with my money. With my family, we enjoy for it. Everybody will enjoy. It's not about anybody. It's about every one of us to gain from this industry. And that's why I'm using this opportunity to beg everybody. Let us bury our ego. Let us bury whatever we are talking about. You know, a lot of interest is coming. I want to operate on Uber. I want to operate on Bolt. I'm working for Uber. I'm working for Bolt. Yes, this is the time we need to come together. And that's why we say that whoever that want to come to table must come to table without any app being promoted. We go there as a neutral, as a driver partners, not as a representative of any app company. Let the app company to bring their own representatives. That's what we are saying. Driver is driver. App company is app company. A rider is rider. These are three stakeholders that we have. Let us use this opportunity to unite ourselves. Unite ourselves. When we unite ourselves, we will move mountains. So that's the area I'm begging everybody. You may please don't look at me and don't look at my name. Look at the words that I'm saying. That please let us come together and fashion out the way we can unite all these things. We know ourselves and we know where to talk to ourselves. And that's why I'm saying this now, that this is the time for us to come together and come out and fashion out what we think that will be of benefit for us. Because if that one is not happening, even the app company that is dividing us now will not be there. But the advantage for the app company, they will have make a lot of money to defer to another business when this business crashes. The way things is going now, how many people have cars? Many people are collecting their cars and they are selling it because they don't make money there anymore. That is the truth. The car that we are losing in the E&E every day is 20 plus. So when we continue like that, running at a year, we see that hardly we see people running the E&E industry. The price is very cheap. And if the price is very cheap, we cannot commensurate with the kind of car that we are using. There's no way we use that car for the next year. So we need to make profit. If you don't make profit, there's no way you can stand in this job anymore. And that's why we even have problem with the other taxi cabs because of our price. That's why they fight us, because we did not commensurate the price with what we were supposed to do. So this is the area, and that's the area that I was trying to pinpoint and bring everybody together so that we can be able to solve this problem. United we stand, divided we fall. We have been funny since all this while. Let's unite now, because what will unify us has already come. If you look at the money that Lagos State bring on board now, how many driver partner will be able to escape those monies? How many driver partner? And if you look at the money they give to our company, how many half company will stay true of those kind of money? Don't you people see it? It's not about me anymore. It's about you that want to remain in this business. Don't fight because of me, fight because of yourself. Fight because of this industry. This is the time we need to come together and come out with a serious, powerful voice that will help every industry, that will help this industry. We have been doing it all over the world. I'm calling Nigeria driver partner today that please let us come together and fasten out the way we will do this industry so that it will be a betterment for us tomorrow. Let's use the Lagos State template to other states, because this E&E industry started from Lagos State. So let's use the Lagos State template to do this, and that's why I'm using this opportunity to tell the Lagos State government that if you get the E&E right, you get Nigeria right. You get Nigeria. There's a way we can just see these things and do it in a way that everything, we need the template from Lagos State so that it can, transport it to other states. And that's how it's supposed to have been, because the E&E industry started from Lagos. I'm using this opportunity to call on Lagos State government, especially the Ministry of Transportation. Please look at us and give us what we can be able to avoid. Most of us in this industry are youth. We are very, very youth. We are youth of this country, and we are very, very, very young. We want the government to know that, and we have a long way to go in our life. We are just passed through all this storm. Please let us have a good regulations, maybe temporarily, before they enact the law, so that one will help the industry to make the government to make their money, to make the app company make their money, to make driver partner to make their money, to still make the rider have the money in their pocket. That's what we are saying. We are begging everybody. Thank you. God bless us.